Hey parents and students, thanks for tuning in and watching this video. What we wanted to do is avoid having a large parent meeting that everybody had to attend and instead send a couple of videos to help explain what's going on and just ask you to watch them with your student. Now we're going to break this down into 3 videos. This first one is general information that everybody needs to know. The next one will be student expectations, and the last one will be parent expectations. We ask that you watch all 3 to make sure you have the appropriate information leading up to summer camp. So let me start with just some basic information that we want you to know. July 27th will be Friday night. We'll be meeting in the Fusion Center from 6 to 7. This is a short hour-long moment where we're going to get together, and this has a couple of different purposes or goals in mind. First thing we want to do is make sure we have as many of the forms as possible filled out and checked in. We want to make sure that we're not missing anything, that we have everything in place so the check-in process can be a lot smoother and faster the next day. We also want to be able to have as many of the payments turned in as possible by this night. If you haven't done so, you can mail it in or make sure you drop it in one of the offering plates on Sundays, and last resort, just bring it on July 27th. Alright, we want to make sure that we have all of that out of the way so check-in the next day can be smooth. Next, we also want to collect all that luggage that your children will be bringing on Friday night. So bring it with you, with your child, and with yourself to the Fusion Center Friday night, July 27th at 6 to make sure we can put it all in one place. It'll be safe, it will be behind locked doors, so nobody will have access to it. What this will do is once the bus gets here on Saturday, it would allow me and my leaders to be able to put as many of those things into the bus as possible to make sure it all fits appropriately. That'll also make sure that we are able to leave appropriately at the right time. So please have your bags brought on Friday night with your student and make sure they're clearly labeled. Just get some masking tape and a Sharpie and put their name on it, and once we get there, we'll make sure it gets to them. Lastly, and this is probably one of the most important reasons why we're meeting on July 27th, we want to get our hearts, affections, and our minds' attentions in the right place. We are going to start praying and focusing on God before we even get on the bus the next day. Before we head off to Bon Clark and before we start this amazing week, we want to make sure that we're already focused on what God wants to do in your students' lives, through our leaders, and in your lives as parents, through what He's gonna do in your child. So please make sure that you're there. We'll have a short moment of worship. We'll have a quick devotional just to make sure our expectations, our assumptions, everything's in the right place as we head off for a week of spiritual growth and complete life change. All right, so we are really excited about this night. Make sure you are there. Again, July 27th, Fusion Center, 6 to 7 p.m. 1 hour. That's it. 6 to 7 p.m. 6 to 7 p.m. All right? We can do that. Then, next day, on Saturday, July 28th, we want you to bring your child back at 1:45 p.m. Make sure they've already had lunch, plenty to eat, check them in. We'll make sure every form and every payment is once again ready. Hopefully, we've got them all at this point, and we can just say, hey, Susie, glad you're here. Climb on the bus. Let's go. We want to be able to leave the church parking lot by 2:15 so we can get to Bon Clark and settle in and be there in time for dinner. So make sure that you and your child are here at 1:45 for one last check-in so that we can get on the road as soon as possible. That's the basic information that I want to make sure everybody knows at this point. We'll be sending you a packet through email with the link to these videos, as well as all the information that will be covered and more. So make sure you read it, make sure your student takes a look at it, and that everybody knows what's expected. The next 2 videos we're going to cover first, student expectations, what are the rules, what should they be doing, what should they not be doing, and then lastly, in our last video, parent expectations. We want to take a moment to just talk to you, just you, parents, about what we would like for you to do, how we want you to partner with us. Don't worry, it's not that much. We just want you to be alongside what we're doing. And so make sure you take a look at both those videos and join us for what we believe is going to be an amazing, life-altering week for your child. Thanks. All right.